Let's get to some quiet statement wins today. Not today, but last week on Saturday. There were 3 of them. Let's start with the Nittany Lions, Penn State in SEC country.
Singleton, left side to the goal line. Singleton, touchdown, Penn State. And the Nittany Lions have that coveted 2-score lead.
I'll tell you what, Penn State looks really good. We saw them against Purdue in their opener, and they didn't run it well. And those of us that did that game came away from that game and thinking to ourselves, they haven't fixed their main issue. So Penn State has not fixed their main issue yet. Well, Nick Singleton said, "Hold my beer." And then he immediately rolled off 2 great performances. And now, guess what? Penn State has fixed their main issue. The reason Sean Clifford got hurt, 1, and then 2, did not play well down the stretch last year is they had no run game. And now their offensive coordinator, Mike Yurcich, he's got a run game to lean on. And that run game is named Nick Singleton. He was the top running back recruit in the country. He comes to State College and delivers. This is one of those rare moments where it's like the guy that has to be the guy in his very first fall is the guy. Nick Singleton is a monster. He's leading the country in yards per carry at 11. 11! That's insane. He had 124 yards against Auburn. They had 245 yards rushing as a team. So it's not just him. They're fixing their issues up front. And guess what that's going to do? Take the pressure off of Sean Clifford. So now Sean Clifford doesn't have to be perfect. This is the perfect scenario for Sean Clifford. He's the type of quarterback that can be really good for you if you're not requiring him to be perfect. Okay, there are some quarterbacks like Bryce Young put a cape on his back. He needed to be perfect, and he was, and he beat Texas on the road. Clifford might not be that guy, and that's fine, by the way. Bryce Young's a Heisman Trophy winner and is probably going to be one of the first, 1-2 picks in the draft next spring. Clifford now is a quarterback of an offense that is balanced. They've got some speed on the outside. They believe in their tight ends, and they can run the rock. They walked into an SEC stadium and just beat up Auburn. It wasn't even as close as the score indicated. And now Penn State is looking at Central Michigan and then Northwestern, both at home, before traveling to Ann Arbor. And Gus and I and Jenny will be there. That's going to be a great game. I fully anticipate if they take care of business, all due respect to Pat Fitzgerald, don't want to underestimate you because I love your program. I fully anticipate Penn State goes into Michigan 5-0. I fully anticipate that Michigan, if they are able to play like they play every single week, should be also undefeated in that game. Sets up a mammoth game. Just peek over the horizon, and that game is staring at you right in the face with a balanced Penn State team. Woo! That's a dangerous team, and that's a quiet statement win for the Nittany Lions and for James Franklin. Next up.
The student section storms the field at Husky Stadium. Washington 39, number 11, Michigan State 28.
How about Washington taking it to Michigan State? Michigan State, they're starting to be... Listen, I think that Michigan State's still really good. I just think that Washington is also really good. I think what we do, here's the problem. For Washington, folks, we failed to remember how good Michael Penix was when he's healthy. Michael Penix at Indiana was really good. And guess what? He cut his teeth in Kalen DeBoer's system. So now all of a sudden you've got this coach and quarterback reunited, and it's working. It's working. Washington is playing fast and physical on defense. They shut down Michigan State's running game, and that's where, if Michigan State can't run the ball, then they're going to have problems. And they struggled last year defending the pass, and they're continuing to struggle defending the pass. Michael Penix, 397 through the air with 4 touchdowns. How about that? Washington, that is a quiet statement win, and guess what? The Pacific Northwest had a great day. Great day. Washington, Oregon played great against BYU. The whole Pac-12, by the way, we're going to do this on Wednesday. I've got a whole discussion about how the Pac-12 is quietly sitting in the weeds, and right now they've got 4 teams that are really good. All are going to be ranked, and at some point, fairly soon, they're all going to be ranked closer to the top 15 and inside of that top 15. So Washington, great statement win over Michigan State. Tough on defense. Michael Penix, good on you, sir. We forgot how good you really were.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.